How you doing? Tank Lit. We're in December 2015, and I just want to say it's been a crazy 3 weeks for me. As you all know, I battle mental illness. You know, I've got the whole rap sheet, a variety of things going from anxiety, bipolar, and I'm not telling you all this you know, so that I can walk around with a bunch of labels. I've actually been very embarrassed. A large part of my life, you know, walked around in shame because of this illness, and it had been like a closet case. You know, some people are closet this, some people are closet that, and I've kind of been a closet case with my mental illness. You know, the last couple of years came out of that closet with my mental illness, and not that I wish that everyone walks around and says, hey, by the way, I have mental illness, but you know, if you do, there's ways to cope with it. So I kind of had a relapse of my mental illness the last 3 weeks. I mean, I was off the wall crazy. Like, I really lost my mind a little bit. You could call it like some type of quote unquote episode, a manic episode, a bipolar episode, and dealing with a lot of issues, very symptomatic, from physical symptoms, mental symptoms. I mean, I've been dealing with a lot, and I have to be honest, I think one of the things I deal with is actually PTSD dating back to 9/11. I think because I'm so sensitive, what happened in Manhattan in 9/11 and to the whole country really triggered my anxiety, and I've been walking through life with fear and anxiety have been so overwhelming, more overwhelming for me, probably more than the average person for the last, 10 years or so or more. So 3 weeks ago, whatever it was, 2 weeks ago, you got these terror attacks in Paris. You got, I mean, every other news story is this person's getting shot, this helicopter's going down in Russia. I mean, and I got people on Facebook saying the revolution will not be televised. I thought I was in the middle of a terror attack, and the only reason no one's telling me about it is because it's like some silent, you know, killer or disease where this is really going on, but no one can talk about it because then the government, you know, terminates them or exterminates them or whatever. So I'm trying to battle, how does Jason Lipp, Tank Lipp, go through his mental illness or whatever's going on in the world, maybe both. Maybe Jason Lipp has mental illness, and maybe there really is a worldwide terror attack going on, like, you know, a byproduct of 9/11 continued 10 years later, but just the new level of terror. You know, everyone's Homeland Security this, you got people shooting up Planned Parenthood, you know, there's every story on the news could perpetuate panic, and here's the guy with like crazy panic disorder, anxiety problems. So I made some t-shirts. So this first one, actually let me show you this one, because I wore this shirt first. Okay, it says, because of your judgment, you gave me a reason to never quit or give up. Okay, y'all see this? Because never give up, because of your judgment. Now, I gotta be honest, I have paranoia and anxiety, so part of my illness is I walk around, I feel like I've got all eyes on me, like everyone is scrutinizing me. That perpetuates my panic, because I've got two options. Either they're making a movie about my life, and I'm the last one to find out about it, like The Truman Show, okay, which is actually not a bad option. It was actually very pleasant having that delusion. Or I'm being followed, and is the hit contract on Tank Lit, which is not as much of a pleasant option as, you know, they're doing a reality TV show, and, you know, they just can't tell me because then I won't be as good of an actor if I know about it. So they're trying to get like some good acting out of me. So, but nonetheless, it feels like all eyes on me. And you feel like you're being judged, people rolling their eyes, sometimes they're looking at you smiling. You don't know if they think you got a big dick, a small dick, like it's just, you know, you feel like, so I just felt like I'm walking through a storm of judgment. This is, or traffic of judgment, whatever you want to call it. And so to cope with it, like my shield or my cape, I thought, well, if everyone's going to stare at me, they can at least know that I'm looking at them looking at me. So because of your judgment, you gave me a reason to never quit or give up. So that's the first t-shirt. Then I'm like, this is not getting me anywhere. Now, if I didn't have all eyes on me, I really got eyes on me, because of course, when you wear a t-shirt and people gotta like look closer to read what's on your shirt, then you really feel the eyes on you. So that remedy didn't really work for me. So then I made this shirt. And it says, "My wish is for the world to quit fighting and end the war. The war probably dates back a long time ago. Yes, there could arguably always be someone mad and angry at another person, but why argue? The way to get there, where the huge war of the world is resolved, is to forgive and move forward. Remember, it's hard to move forward if you're always looking back." This was like my own guidance to like get through this like crazy storm I'm in. And if I bark too loud and, you know, act too crazy, I get Baker acted. So I vowed, like, how can I get through this episode, this crazy mental illness episode, without having to go to the hospital? Because I never get better there. I can't even sleep good in the hospital. So I get paranoid of my own paranoia in the hospital. I wanted to stay in my own home, especially if it's the end of the world and there's a terror attack. I want to die in my own bed. You know what I'm saying? Like at night. Or out in the street in front of my house or something. Not in a hospital where like I lose my rights and my freedoms. So the first shirt didn't work good. And yeah, this is kind of like me begging for mercy in a way, because like I feel like I'm under like this relentless attack. And so I'll be honest, it is kind of like plea bargaining a little bit, but it's not such a bad sentiment. Like I'm saying, like, if I'm somehow like the epicenter of this like crazy war, like, can everyone just like move forward? Like if there's a war, someone's got to forgive someone at some point, because there's always someone that's going to be mad at somebody. So the only way out of the war is just for everyone to forgive everyone, move forward. I'm the paranoid guy looking over my shoulder, so I had to give myself the advice, Jay, like, if you're going to preach it, you got to practice what you preach. And that's how I got through the illness. I'm making the video today 3 weeks later, and I couldn't get out of my own way. But finally, instead of being angry and feeding into my anger about what's going on with me, and instead of trying to figure out all the answers, I left it up to God and people that got more power than me, some type of angels or something, and said, I can't solve all the world's problems, and I certainly can't help other people until I help myself. So I just kept moving forward. Before I could do that, I had to forgive, let go of my anger, and I kept moving forward, and that's the point. You can't move forward if you're always looking back. And you're going to be looking back if you hold on to that anger. So don't fight to hold on to the anger. Fight to let go of the anger. Anyway, Tank Lip, aka Jason Lip, we're on some December 2015. That's some knowledge for you.